Grab some popcorn and get comfortable because these movies are kicking in that vintage closet too. Let's be honest, we all know that decent queer movies are hard to come by. Strong woman, high entertainment value with a quality and believable storyline are rare to impossible to find. Too often, lesbian characters were either written to suit the male gaze or as unattractive man-haters. Those were our only stories 10 and 20 years ago. For decades, LGBT characters were not allowed to appear in any films. The Street Haze Code's rules forbade explicit deceptions of homosexuality, during which we could only be portrayed as villains or monsters. But these movies today reclaim all of that.
Don't forget me. I won't remember anything else.
Welcome to Lesbian Mojo, and today we're counting down my picks of the best top 10 lesbian movies that changed my life while I was growing up. Number 10, Nina, Heavenly Delights.
That'll never happen, you know. The two of you, not like that.
Like what, Sanjay?
Come on. Her mother will never allow it.
Nina is a closeted lesbian who returns to Scotland following her father's death, only to discover that the family restaurant is now up for sale.
The only thing that matters is love. Go on. Hurry up. And don't you let that girl out of your sight again.
Soon, the kitchen heats up with a little bit more than exotic spices when Nina falls in love with Lisa. It is a beautiful comedy and a very cute lesbian romance, with a hint of Bollywood and a lot of Scottish charm. Number 9, Saving Face.
So, how come we never met before now?
We did meet. I was 8, you were 9, outside the temple. The Wong boys were taunting me about my parents' divorce. You beat the crap out of them. And then I kissed you on the nose, and you ran.
Films like the 2004 Saving Face don't come along too often, which is a real shame, as the film managed to tackle some serious issues, like coming out with a more conventional Asian American community and falling in love for the very first time.
You talked to your mother about us?
Yeah. So?
So, does she know we have sex?
No, well, she thinks we conjugate Latin verbs.
But all with the lightness of touch that results in a beautiful romantic comedy. And more importantly, this film gave Asian American lesbians a chance to see themselves portrayed in a mainstream movie. Before I forget and you forget, can I kindly remind you to please hit that like button now. The truth is, the more likes I get, the more I'll be able to afford iced coffee. Thank you. Number 8, If These Walls Could Talk Too. The film tells the story of 3 lesbian couples who lived in the same house at different periods of time. In 1961, Edith loses her lifetime lover, Abby, to a stroke after being together for 30 years.
May I see her?
Well, only family members are allowed in after hours, but you can come back tomorrow morning.
Can I see her just for a moment? She might be scared.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about her, ma'am. They're taking good care of her. Best thing you can do is come back tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to stay right here. Would you please tell her that I am here?
I will, ma'am. I will.
And if anything changes, would you let me know?
Linda, a feminist lesbian in 1972, falls in love with Amy, a young butch woman who wears tie.
You're pretty easy to get. Thought you were a tough feminist.
I am. I thought you were just tough.
What do you think now?
And in 2000, Fran and Carl tried to have a baby with the help of a sperm donor.
Maybe we should adopt. Oh yeah, that's easy.
Adoption agencies are always so open to alternative family adoptions.
That's true. It'd be quicker if you got me pregnant.
To see this movie 20 years ago was huge. It was finally time to change how our stories were told. And this movie was an amazing landmark and a strong start. Despite all the star power in front of the camera, the shining light here was Jane Anderson, a lesbian writer and director that paved the way how our stories are told today. Number 7. Debs. A young forbidden love story between a teen spy and an evil but hot international diamond thief.
Wait. You were on a blind date? Whatever. With that Russian girl? What? Nothing. I didn't know you were a... Why would you know? Wow.
The movie is stupidly fun, sweetly romantic, and a lot more revolutionary than it gets credit for.
I understand that this whole thing isn't going to work out between us, because obviously I misinterpreted the whole situation, but... I just want you to know that last night was the most alive I felt in a while. So I guess I'll see you around, same bat time or whatever.
While some of the action scenes are more silly than believable, the two main characters have a great chemistry. And it's one of those lesbian movies that you can watch again and again.
Are you kidding me? We conduct a nationwide manhunt for you and you're boning the suspect? What did you think this was, a joke? Let's divert federal resources and man-hours so I can have my collegiate lesbian fling in style.
I was doing research.
I'll bet.
Number 6. Tipping the Velvet. This is a 3-part movie that will transport you to a Victorian England.
May I really touch you? I think I shall die if you don't.
The movie shows how Nan, even with her heart broken, goes on to live a full queer life that includes sex parties, dildos, and eventually a long-term and beautiful relationship with a woman. Number 5. Fried green tomatoes. While the queerness wasn't obvious in the film, those who knew it knew that E.G. and Ruth were life partners and romantically involved.
Maybe I should move on. I just don't want you to feel like you have to look out for us. I just don't want to be selfish, that's all. Maybe if I wasn't here, you'd settle down. I'm as settled as I ever hope to be.
Told in a flashback by Nini to housewife Evelyn, Fried Green Tomatoes is said to be in the early 20th century. The central plot of the movie revolves around decades of the long love that forms E.G. and Ruth, who leaves her abusive husband to be with her one true love. The movie is so beautiful and tender, a must-see to any queer woman, a real treat of a film that won 2 Oscars in 1992.
Why did you leave with E.G. Threadgood that day?
Answer the question, Mrs. Bennett.
Because she's the best friend I ever had, and I love her.
Thank you, Miss Bennett. That will be enough.
Number 4. Imagine Me and You. This is one of those rarest of unicorns, a light-hearted lesbian rom-com. Sweet, kind, and completely free of bad intentions.
Tell me about the lily. The lily means I dare you to love me.
This is me. Okay, good night.
It is a perfect, feel-good movie for a cozy movie night. Rachel falls in love with Luz as she walks down the aisle on her wedding day. This movie has every rom-com trope in the book, but quite frankly, we love that. Why should heterosexual couples be the only ones who get to claim all of those romantic rom-coms?
You can put an end to this. How? Tell me to go. Tell me that's what you want, and I will walk away and you will never see me again. Is that what you want? I want you. Luce. I know.
The movie is funny and has an amazing cast, and gets to hit all of those right notes while also being very gay.
Okay, so do you see? You have to see. I can't do this. I can't actually do this. So whatever it is or was, it's got to stop, and it's got to stop now. Do you understand? It's over.
Number 3, Show Me Love. The story centers on two teenage girls living in the town of Amal. Agnes is shy, the classic alleged lesbian type, and Eileen is the popular girl with a boring life.
Är det sant att du är lesbisk? Va? För alltså, om du är det så fattar jag det, för alla killar är så jävla äckliga. Jag skulle nog också bli det, tror jag. Men jag kanske ska gå hem.
I remember being so young and feeling so lost, but this movie made me believe that in 1998, two teenage girls could end up happily together, and to see myself finally represented on TV, especially at such a tender young age, was everything and more. Number 2, Desert Hearts.
I wouldn't know what to do. You can start by putting the Do Not Disturb sign on the door.
This is one of the most iconic lesbian movie titles out there. It was completely groundbreaking.
How do you get it? With a woman? Are you trying to shock me? No. I was only telling you the truth. Have I misled you in any way? Not for a minute. Because you know I care a lot about you, Kay, but
Set in the 50s and released in 1985, this was the very first film to be made about a queer female relationship that didn't involve a man or a tragic ending, and it remains one of the cinema's greatest lesbian love stories.
do you know how beautiful you are right now? I don't have a point of preference for this. I'm not great at it either. But you've had the experience before. Not this one. I love you. An affair with a 25-year-old woman, I might add. I really do. I'm sure the students and the faculty will graciously acknowledge that these things happen.
The film tells the story of Vivian, a university professor who divorces her husband and heads west. There, she meets Kay, whose energy and boldness starts to draw her out of her shelf. Trust me, this is a classic for a good reason. For more sapphic and queer-inclusive content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to Lesbian Mojo and ring the bell to support this channel. Number 1. Bound. Before the Wachowski siblings became a worldwide sensation with the movie Matrix or V for Vendetta, and long before either of them came out as a transgender, the directing duo showed early signs of queerness with Bound.
Please, don't apologize. There's one thing I can't stand is women who apologize for wanting sex.
I'm not apologizing for what I did. I'm apologizing for what I didn't do.
With an ex-con quirky and a femme fatale Violet, Bound gave us the world's most beautiful and impressive partners in crime the queer cinema has ever seen.
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm trying to seduce you. Why? Because I want to. I've wanted to ever since I saw you that day in the elevator. I know you don't believe me, but I can prove it to you.
Desperate to run off together, they hatch a plan to steal millions from the Italian mob. Bound is more than a simple but sexy genre exercise. It is an intelligent and vital classic of modern queer cinema, and all of that happened in 1996, way ahead of his time.
I want to tell you something.
I know, Violet. I know. It's why I'm still here.
Representation matters. For nearly out or young viewers, that validation can make them feel seen and heard, and that is a powerful thing, especially for those who don't otherwise have a safe place to share who they really are. So, no matter what your favorite genre is, one of these lesbian movies will certainly hit the spot. I hope you enjoyed today's video and thank you so much for watching.